I got out of the airport and I went outside. I was like, oh Lord, take me back to Ghana. Like, take me back, yo, because I cannot do this. The weather, it was as cold as ice, yo. Like, imagine you being put in a freezer. There's like African markets. Give me some fufu, jollof, wache. You can take the girl out of Africa, but you cannot take the Africa out of me. Hey y'all, it's your girl Fia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, as you can tell by with all the smiling and stuff, like I am super excited to make this video because I feel like it's gonna bring a lot of memories and it's like reminiscent and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to make this video. So yeah, you guys, I was just scrolling through my YouTube stuff, like the videos I've made, and I just realized I did my first time experience, like like my travel experience, but I really didn't get to talk about my what do you call it, my experience actually getting here, because it was mostly from Ghana, like the transition from Ghana to like here, but then I didn't really talk about my experience when I actually got here. So yeah, I'm bringing it up to you guys and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. You know how we do it. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. Like, so you guys, we're gonna be talking about my first week experience in the United States of America. Let me give you guys a backstory in case you have forgotten. But yeah, I got here 4 years ago. I got here in the month of February, and yeah, it's been 4 years. Like, just now, can you imagine? It's been 4 years already, y'all. Like, it's really crazy because I feel like I just got here. Time just flies by so quickly. Like, I can remember like it was yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. When I first got here, the first thing I experienced was obviously the weather. The weather was crazy. Guess what, y'all? I got here in February, so of course it was still winter time, and it was very cold. Like, it was like negative, like it was in the negatives, bro, like degrees Celsius. It was like -1, -5 and all that stuff. Like, it was winter time. But it was not snowing yet, because it was like we're in February. It was not snowing yet. I got out of the airport and I went outside. I was like, oh Lord, take me back to Ghana. Like, take me back, yo, because I cannot do this. The weather, it was as cold as ice, yo. Like, imagine you being put in like a refrigerator. No, not even a refrigerator. Imagine you being put in a freezer. Oh, it was unbearable, because I just, like, the transition was so crazy, because like I was moving from a very hot country to a very cold country, so there was no in between. I would rather prefer I came here during the summer instead of the winter, because summer is obviously hot right now. But yeah, winter was mad cold. I had to bring my puffer jacket. I didn't really layer up because I was feeling hot. I wasn't really expecting the weather to be like that bad. And I got out of the place and I'm like, oh my gosh, like the puffer jacket is not even enough. I was cold. So once I got out of the place, I just went straight into the car. Yeah, and we just drove. So we went to New York and we got here. I wouldn't say I was really naive. I would say I wasn't I didn't have much knowledge about the United States, because like I didn't really do any research. It was just me and Ghana for life. So like I didn't really know much about the United States. And I got here and we have 4 seasons. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, excuse me? I have no idea. Like, 4 seasons. So we have winter, we have fall, we have spring, and we have summer. Yeah, those 4. I'm like, wait, what? So, and then like half of the year is like mostly cold. Should I even say half of it? Like, more than half of the year is mostly cold. So I'm like, oh hell no, I can't wait for summer already. We have winter when it snows, we have fall where the leaves fall a lot, we have spring where it rains a lot, and we have summer when it's actually very sunny. Like Ghana, it makes me feel like I'm home, kind of. So I'm like, 4 seasons? In Ghana, we only have two. We have rainy and dry season. Literally, that's all. So I'm like, it was kind of like a massive change for me because all I knew was like rainy season and dry season, and that was all. I don't like cold, so it was, I think that was kind of like one of my hardest transition process, but also like I'm able to like adapt to a place quickly. So even though I didn't like the cold when I got here, I kind of got used to the cold. Not like necessarily get used to the cold, but it's like I was able to like tolerate the cold. I was able to adapt to it, but like it wasn't like super hard because I'm a tough girl, like, period. Also, you guys, another point was that the buildings are definitely different from like back home in Ghana. So I first arrived in New York and we had to like drive from New York to where I currently am. New York has like really really tall buildings, like most of the buildings are really tall, so it was like definitely, it was like a big change to me. I was like, why are these buildings so tall? Like I just kept looking like, I was in the car and I just kept looking like this up and up because like the buildings are so tall and they're so nice. Like I'm not gonna lie, they're so nice compared to like back home in Africa. Like our buildings are just like regular size, if not like the mansions and those story buildings, but like these are like super super tall. Like these are like twice or like 3 times taller than our buildings back home. But yeah, that's one thing I noticed and I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. Like one thing is you'd never be disappointed coming to United States for the first time because it looks really cute. I'll give them that, it looks really nice. And also it depends on like what state you are going to, because like New York had like taller buildings compared to like the state I am in right now. Yes, so these are the two things I realized when it comes to like their buildings here in the States. So first we have brick buildings. You see a lot of houses with the like brick buildings, but I think it's mostly in the UK. But it's kind of, it's, we have a little bit of brick houses here in the States, but also we have wooden houses. Like why does it sound so funny? Wooden houses, like drywall, sheetrock, and those stuff. Like we have wood. Can you hear that? That's wood. All this is wood. This is so embarrassing, but yeah, most of the houses here is like made of wood and sheetrock and those stuff like that. Compared to Ghana, we have like the actual concrete buildings and stuff, which is more like stronger than here. I feel like they should actually have like concrete buildings and stuff, but because of the weather conditions, like we have like really harsh weather conditions here, so they should have like those strong buildings. But yeah, so just guess what? If there's a fire right now, the whole house get burned. Because that's what it is here. I would definitely prefer Ghana buildings over this because like Ghana buildings are more versatile, like more diverse. Like you have so many options. Like it's not the same here. Here, most of the buildings look the same, which is kind of but yeah, it's whatever. Also, like, let's get into the food. So when I came here for the first time, I was like, I don't know if I can really survive when it comes to like food, because I'm a very picky eater, and there's a lot of foods that I don't like. I think there's a lot of foods that I don't like compared to like the foods that I like. Yeah, there are foods I like that there are more foods that I dislike compared to the ones that I like, if you get what I mean. It's so hard for me to like try new things when it comes to food because like I'm a picky eater, as I said. So it's like with their foods, I don't think I might like it. And honestly, till date, I still do not like their foods like that. I'm very picky with certain foods, so it's just a little bit that I like. Maybe burger, I would eat like burger fries on like, I wouldn't eat burger or fries on like a regular day. I would eat that like on occasions when I just maybe really feel like eating it. But if not, then I'm not really eating that because I like the heavy foods, man. Give me some fufu, jollof, wache.
God have mercy upon us.
That's what I like. I don't want those burger, fries, nuggets. No, those are like snacks to me. I'm not a foodie, but I feel like those are snacks to me. I'm not gonna get satisfied eating that. you know what the funny thing, once you eat it and you think you're satisfied, give it an hour or 2 hours and you'll be hungry again. But yeah, with fufu, fufu is gonna knock you out. When you eat that, bro, you're going to sleep. That's just gonna knock you out, bro. Like, you'll be gone. You feel really tired and so lazy. So if you eat fufu, don't go to work because you'll be so dull the whole day. But yeah, also like there is so many canned foods here. So many canned foods. Like most of the foods you when you go to grocery stores, a lot of the stuff are canned, like in like cans and stuff like that. It's I'm like, can you guys not make natural foods? Like everything is so artificial, everything is processed. Like so many processed foods here is really, that's why I kind of get it when it comes to health. Like health, US sucks when it comes to health because they feed us a lot of junk food and processed foods. So like when it comes to health, when it comes to food, you're not gonna be that healthy. There is literally sugar in everything you buy. Even though it doesn't really say it on like the ingredients that like sugar is supposed to be in, there is sugar in it. Even if you don't know, there's like at least 1% of sugar in everything you buy. Almost everything you buy, I can guarantee that. The good part about here is that like there's like African markets, like here in Massachusetts, like there's African markets. So you just go there, you find whatever you, we have yams, we have cocoa yams, we have fufu, like what do you call it, like the fufu powder. We have a lot of like we have a lot of Ghana foods in those African stores. That's why it's called African markets and stuff like that. So you can really find those kind of foods and eat those, because that's what I usually eat. I don't eat like American food, I eat like African food. You can take the girl out of Africa, but you cannot take the Africa out of me. You get it? It is so hard to find African restaurants here, like so hard. But we have African stores, but I'm just saying it's so hard to find like African restaurants. So if you're thinking you're gonna go to a restaurant and have some fufu, open your legs and eat some fufu, no, you're not gonna get that, bro. You're not getting that because all the restaurants here is like mostly American restaurants, like Asian and stuff like that. If you love rice, then you will enjoy it. I think yeah, when you go to Asian restaurants, they only have like, well, they have a lot of rice. So us African, we eat rice too. So I think yeah, you can adapt to that. When it comes to food, I don't think America is like really diverse because it's like usually the one way stuff. Like it's just the same old stuff every day. So if you don't really care about your health, you're gonna be bloated. I'm sorry, you're gonna look fat. So you have to be really in check with your health and stuff like that. So the last thing I'm gonna say, like my experience, the last point that I'm gonna make is about friends. It is so hard to make friends in United States, yo. It is so hard. Most especially my state, Massachusetts. If you're a very bubbly person, you want to have fun, you want to enjoy your life, go live life, go out, go party and stuff, do not come to Massachusetts. Yeah, I advise you, do not come to Massachusetts because it's so boring over here. It is boring. So like you have to like go to the southern states and stuff because there's more fun there. Not in New England. It's boring. Maybe the place to have more fun would be Boston, but it's still not given like that. Go to different states like Atlanta and like California and stuff like that. That's more fun. Like the southern states and stuff. It's more fun over here. Don't come here if you're like that person. But if you're more like a laid back person and just don't want to involve yourself in so much drama and just make your money and go to school, then here is very suitable for something like that. But yeah, it is so hard to make friends. So if guess what, if you're not going to school there, it will be very hard to make friends here in the state. It will be very hard because you can only make friends in school. Yeah, I would say you can only make friends by like in the whole neighborhood. Buildings are kind of close to each other, but it's so like when I put my like stretch my neck out there, you don't see no damn human. No one is walking around. If someone is walking around, they're probably walking to their car, and it's just cars here. You're like, you don't see a lot of people walking around like Ghana. Like, I think if you want to see something like that, then it's gonna be New York, like Times Square. Like that's where you see a lot of like human activities, like people walking around and stuff. But yeah, like overcrowding, like it's mostly in New York. But like here, bro, here in my state, like if you see people around, it's either they are going to take a bus, they're going to take like they are going to take your car like to drive and stuff like that, or if you see people walking around, then they're probably like maybe homeless or something. But it's not that common, I would say, compared to Ghana. Like everyone walks around. That's why we are so fit. Like that's why we are fit. No shade, but yeah, that's why we are so fit, because we do our regular daily exercises and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, it's really hard to make friends here unless you're in a social place like school, work, then maybe you can make friends. And sometimes when you approach them, they feel like you're being like, I don't know, like you're about to attack them, or like it's so weird. Like it's really weird here. So, and as a black person, like it's normal to have that kind of racism. Other than that, the whole experience is really nice. But one more thing is really nice, like as in when it comes to like job opportunities, you could easily get job opportunities and like apply to jobs and actually get a really good paying job and stuff like that, compared to Ghana. When you get out of school, out of university, it's so hard for you to actually get a really reliable, good paying job. So that's like a very good advantage of being here, because you can actually get something to like stand on, like rely on when it comes to like money, like financial reliability or so. Compared to Ghana, it's really hard. Like we all know it. It's really hard to find a job in Ghana, especially a good paying job. So I think it's, yeah, when it comes to that, they got it here. Like it's one of the good stuff here. But yeah, I don't want to make this too long. I'm trying to put this in. I'm trying to put all of this in one whole video. So hopefully I didn't really make it too long. But if it's too long and you got to this part of the video, I am so grateful that you're still watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments or any experiences or any similar experiences or situations, or yeah, whatever the case may be, just put in the comment section. Let me know how your whole experience went and all those stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it, as I said, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we out for the day.